The 2024 race for the White House is in full swing, and the latest fundraising numbers are in for the candidates. Unsurprisingly, President Biden and former President Trump lead their respective parties, but this may be having an effect on the man in third place, Ron DeSantis. This as he shakes up his campaign team. Correspondent Evyn Moon joins us live from Washington to break it all down. Evan, this has to be a tough row to hoe for Mr. DeSantis.
That's right, Nick. As these new fundraising numbers are reported, it's giving a fresh look at how much support these candidates are garnering, but also putting a lot of pressure on candidates. We may be seeing that firsthand with the Florida governor's campaign yesterday. Ron DeSantis' team firing roughly a dozen staffers in a huge campaign shakeup. The DeSantis team releasing a statement saying, in part, defeating Joe Biden and the $72 million behind him will require a nimble and candidate-driven campaign, and we're building a movement to go the distance. The campaign there referencing the $72 million raised this quarter for President Biden, appearing to maybe signify these firings are a result of their fundraising levels. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these fundraising totals for the candidates for the second quarter released by their campaigns. You'll see there, as mentioned, President Biden way ahead with a reported $72 million, followed by Trump with $35 million and DeSantis with $20. Now, it is important to note this money comes from the DNC, the RNC, big corporations and committees, individual donors, and super PACs. So Biden may be gaining more support with less opposition in his party, but this is extremely important for these candidates at this point in the election cycle, not only for big ad spending and reservations, but candidates also need a certain number of donors to even qualify for presidential debates. It's also interesting to look at who might be struggling to garner donor support. You can see there former Vice President Mike Pence with only a reported $1.2 million this quarter. Now, I also want to get to some of the most recent polling for our 2024 hopefuls this week. In the GOP field, Trump at nearly 50% of the Republican vote, DeSantis once again dropping slightly to 21%. But the governor's team today attributing Trump's rise in the polls to sympathy of the Manhattan indictment. That's the one centering over alleged hush money to Stormy Daniels. And on the other side of the aisle, not too surprising to see there President Biden leading the party, but RFK Jr. definitely making his mark with 14% of the Democrat vote. So these candidates are just in full-blown campaign mode with only 16 months until the next U.S. presidential election, Nick.
Only 16 months. You make it sound so close, but it's oh so far, and it is close. Evyn Moon, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.